biggest name, he's earned the right to fight, to make the choices he wants to. And, you know, maybe and hopefully he turns around now and goes, well, I can't get that unification, I'll fight Demetrius. We'll see.
Or Charlo.
Or Charlo, but obviously different networks. But I still think it can get made.
All right. I do want to touch on the Charlo. Can you answer a Charlo question? Okay. Andrade and Charlo going back and forth. He's really pushing for it online via Twitter. Is there movement there, or is
I really
it?
don't know. I mean, we wrote to the WBC and said under your rules, 4.3, I think, you can order another champion to become mandatory for one of your champions. Quite a strange rule. It's been done before. They're the only governing body that have that rule. And I said, for the good of boxing, please could you order Demetrius Andrade against Jamal Charlo? I wrote to the WBO and I said, just to let you know, we've made this request. If it gets ordered, we would appreciate you sanctioned it. And they came back and put a mandatory on us. So it was quite frustrating. Yanni Beck, you know, good fighter. Not the fight that, not exactly the fight that people are crying out for. So
Good result though.
yeah, good fight. But you know, we're at a stage now where it's like, but you know, and then we think, do we move up to 68 and become mandatory there under the WBO rules? Possibly, but I wouldn't. Part of Demetrius' value is that he's world middleweight champion, and I would only recommend that he moves up and vacates the belt if there is a solid option for him, and that's what we're working on at the moment.
Do you think would be a solid option? I don't.
No, not necessarily. And they're not going to call him mandatory, by the way. He's super champion, so he'd probably have another year or whatever it is. And I don't see Canelo hanging around at super middleweight. You know, maybe a Golovkin fight or something, but it's done. I mean, so. But again, it go back. You know, the debate with Demetrius' mum. You know,
Yeah, I saw that.
And he'll fight anyone, but you've got to have something that he wants, or something, you know, it could be money, but that's not his real big motivator, or it could be a belt, or it could be a part of the jigsaw to do this, do you know what I mean, or do that and you make history by doing that, you know what I mean? So it's hard because, you know, Demetrius will say, oh, Canelo's stuck in me. I'm saying, I don't think he is, it's just that, you know, the time to get that fight was back in the day when he was at middleweight and Demetrius was also middleweight. That was when it could have happened because he was a champion, but he couldn't make middleweight anymore. Moved to 68, and then all of a sudden, why would he fight the middleweight world champion? Moved to 68 and he wants to become undisputed. You know what I mean? So sometimes hard having that debate with Demetrius, because I saw what happened, and I believe in what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's when you get to a certain point, like where he's at, that you've already achieved the things that you achieved. Like a fight like that doesn't get you up. Like it has to be something that really
But
gets
it
you
would
going.
be if it was part of what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But like if Demetrius
But
was,
that's like you, like you've already reached a certain level of success, so you've got to go even bigger.
yeah, because it's like an addiction.
Yeah.
And that's the same with Canelo. Like you want more and more. What else can I do to prove that I'm the best or prove that I'm special? Yeah. Well, imagine winning a cruiserweight world championship. That's crazy. You know. So that's really what he's thinking. Rather than that's when I go back to Benavidez and Charlotte, I just don't see. I might, you know, maybe Eddie and Sal go, yeah, that appeals to me, but I don't see that lighting them up. You know.
Last thing, the Macabo fight. Yeah, I know, but just to get info, the Macabo fight, is that going to be on his own? As you guys
Could be anywhere, I guess. You know, Macabo's not with us. He's not with PBC, so whoever pays the most money for that has got a very good chance of getting it. I like the fight. I've done a fight with Macabo.
You guys want that fight? On his own?
Yes, we would definitely. We'd want any Canelo Alvarez fight, but that's a historic fight.
Yeah.
I do like the Golovkin fight. I think the first two are brilliant. You know, and it's the undisputed championship still because of the belt. So, and I like the 175 move. I like anything he wants really.
You guys are still in agreement with each other, like professional?
No, just fight by fight, and yeah, but got a good relationship. Again, sounds cheesy. I see him as you know, we talk a lot. I respect him massively, but it's business. He's not going to take a fight because he likes me. You know, all things equal, I think he would want to be with us. But if there's a better opportunity, sorry Eddie, I'm going to take this one. I'll say absolutely.
I wouldn't be surprised if he calls you Lalo, because that's your name in Spanish. Yeah. Edward, Eddie, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
Cool.
Right.
The Estrada fight, what date are you guys looking for that?
February.
February what?
Nothing concrete yet.
Still in LA?
I want to do it in the other. I think that's a forum fight.
Okay. What happened with it? He got COVID? Or
Yeah.
With Gallo?
Choco
Oh, Choco got
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I just saw a clip of him at the gym.
No, this was in October.
Yeah.
The fight was supposed to be in October.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so.
Oh, I thought it was Gallo that got COVID.
No, he got it like, yes, early September.
Yeah.
So it's fine then.
Wow, okay. So February.
One second.
Big Bird? You got an appointment with Big Bird.
Sorry, mate, 1 second. Winks, do me a favour. You guys still interviewing me?
Nah, I'm not.
Herman
Yeah, go ahead.
Maharaja.
I am, but I'm about to. But
Oh, okay.
See.
You about to start?
Yeah.
There's a handle
Okay.
for him, but it's Le.
How you doing, Eddie?
Good to see you, mate. All right.
Good to see you. CHAMPSIDE, the baddest brand in the land. All right, we got Eddie Hearn here on the baddest brand in the land, CHAMPSIDE. How you doing, Mr. Hearn?
I'm doing good, mate. I'm doing good. Ready for a big fight tomorrow in Las Vegas after a great fight last weekend in New York.
So we got Devin Haney, young superstar in the making. Are you pushing for him to get the knockout? We heard Kambosos say, you know, it's important for him to look good. It sounded like you were kind of like set on the knockout.
I think it would be great for him to get a dominating victory, an explosive victory. You know, Devin comes from a school of boxing which is more about hit and not get hit, you know, which is great for the longevity of a career. But we also want to see excitement. Last time out against Linares, he did a little bit of both, which was great. And I think against Jojo, I think he'll almost have no choice but to do both. Do you know what I mean? Because he'll be there all night. And I'm expecting a great fight.
How do you feel going up head to head with Gervonta Davis, Mayweather Promotions?
Well, they're tomorrow. They're Sunday, aren't they? So we're not really head to head. Same weekend. You know, Leonard didn't like my comments. Haney Diaz is a much better fight than Tank against Isaac Cruz. You know, and I never disrespect Tank because he's a star and he's a hell of a fighter. But I'm just, you know, give my opinion in the 50 interviews that I do. And obviously some people don't like what I say. But I think if you ask anyone, truthfully, which is the better fight and bigger fight for the division, with what's at stake, you have to say Haney Diaz.
Obviously, Bill Haney does a lot of work with DHP, and but what is it like as a promoter to promote Devin Haney, who's thought of as one of the most ducked fighters in all of boxing? Actually, you mentioned that Andrade. We often talk about Andrade, but you mentioned the other day that Andrade was the most avoided, but also Devin is out there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
well.
really pleased with the progression that we've had with Devin over the last year. I mean, he's fought Gamboa, Linares, Jojo Diaz. That's a nice run. And I was worried probably a year ago that we were going to get a bit stuck because no one really wanted to fight Devin. But his numbers are great on the platform. You know, he's driving interest, and therefore we can pay these guys, Linares and particularly Jojo Diaz, tomorrow night a lot of money to face him, because they're only going to face him if they're getting a lot of money, because he's really good. The hype for Devin is there, but he has to put in the performances. You know, people talk about he's the next Floyd Mayweather. You know, this is big hype, but there's a lot of similarities. But he's got to prove it against elite opposition, and the run that he's on, particularly tomorrow night, is perfect to enable him to do that.
Right. So Devin is fighting Jojo. I see that you're very excited to have Montana Love and
I like him a lot.
Alicia Baumgartner soon. What is your overall thoughts on the new talent that you've acquired with those?
We want
fighters?
exciting fighters, you know, and obviously this is our American business, so if we can get young American fighters that are, you know, exciting and edgy, and Montana's definitely that. You know, I watched him on the Jake Paul card and thought to myself, how has he not got a promoter? We slipped in, we signed him, and he's got a tough fight tomorrow night, actually. Alicia was just, you know, she was a heartbreaker for us because she stopped one of our, you know, our favourite fighters back in the UK, Terry Harper. But what I saw was a star in the process, and you know, we were about to announce a new deal with her as well. And you as a fan, you want to tune in and it's must watch. Do you know what I mean? Tank's a bit like that, you know, giving him props. Like, he's a must watch because he's exciting. But same with Alicia and Montana. You know, and that's why we want to see a little bit of spike from Devin tomorrow as well. It's hard to say that because the trainer will say, "Shut up, Eddie." Like, you know, we're not. This is a dangerous game, but it's show business. It's entertainment. Devin excited against Linares. Let's see him excite against Jojo. Montana really excited last time out. Alicia, same thing. Really, it comes down to also the punches as well.
I was looking for you after the Crawford Porter fight. I believe you were there, right? Were you at Crawford
wasn't
Porter?
there, no,
Oh, okay,
no.
you must have been at the Canelo plant.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
right,
But, what is your opinion as Terence Crawford told Bob Arum on the stage that he no longer wanted to work with him because he couldn't get him to fight?
I think he's right. You know, I think. By the way, I think Bob's done a good job with Terence Crawford. Like, Terence has never been a huge star, incredible fighter. But I think Bob's done a great job. You know, he got him undisputed at 140, moved him up to 47, but he's done all he can with him because he can't deliver him the fights. And when you get to that stage, sometimes you're better off shaking hands and saying, we're going our separate ways, you know. But really, the only fight for Terence Crawford is Errol Spence. Any other fight, no one's going to be interested in. And Bob can't deliver that fight. And I can't deliver that fight. So people say to me, oh, you're going to make an offer for Terence Crawford. Well, with what? He's not hitting the numbers that the purse is justifying. And at the same time, I can't deliver him the fight that he needs. So what's the point of me making an offer?
But you seem like, out of anybody, that seems like right up your alley, even though you may not be able to get it.
You know,
So you wouldn't approach him or offer him?
No, I think he's an amazing fighter, but you're going to end up having to overpay for a poor fight.
What about Triple G and the guys that are on, and not to say they're not worth it, but initially DAZN was willing to they 365 for Canelo.
But they were also, but Canelo's different. I mean, you've got to talk about a guy that, you know, if Crawford did 130 and you know he's doing 700-800, like it's a massive difference.
Right.
But also DAZN were breaking into the market, and as any disruptive business, you have to overspend, and sometimes you make decisions that aren't based on the valuation of that fighter. But now we don't have to overspend anymore because we've established a quality brand, a great platform, and we know that the business now and the numbers, and now we have to make decisions based on the value of that fighter. And to sign Crawford right now, unless you were putting him in a fight that delivered a huge amount of subs, you're just spending money to make a fight that Bob's been making. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And I feel sorry for Bob, but sometimes, but I do, because he's lost a lot of money on Terence Crawford. But tough. You're in with, you know, we've lost money on Demetrius Andrade, but we believe in him and we want to get him to that stage.
Bob was pretty pissed when you put a bid in for the Teofimo fight. You ended up with the fight anyway, and then Teo was pissed at you and he blamed you for that. What's your opinion on
I mean,
that
the day
whole...
before the fight, him and his team were telling us that we're the greatest thing since sliced bread and how great it was to work with us and thank you for saving the fight, and then he lost and then it was our fault. You know, he basically said that if it was on a top ranked card, the cards would have been different, which is the most ridiculous thing to say, doesn't it? No. But there's a lot of emotion. Family, you know, his dad, like, their worlds come tumbling down, and now they've got to stay strong because he's a hell of a fighter. Amazing fighter. He's only had, what, 15, 16 fights, something like that. So, you know, he'll come back and win a world title for sure. But it's disappointing in the comments because we treated him with utmost respect, and they were very happy with everything we've done for them. Some reason they think that we had an influence. They think they won the fight. No one thought they won the fight. All right, 5% of people thought they won the fight. But I said to him, look at people's reactions to who won the fight. You win the fight. Do you know what I mean? But they'll be back.
I like George Kambosos, man. He's got a great personality. Has there been any, obviously nothing official, but has there been any preliminary talks, you know, assuming if Devin is successful, that
Not
might,
really.
you will work together?
Only in interviews, you know. I think that obviously he's promoted by Lou DiBella. When the time is right, we'll speak to Lou, make them an offer to try and do the fight. They're welcome to make us an offer. You know, it could be either way. But we got to get through Saturday. George is a great guy, great fight. I'm really pleased for him because he's really hustled. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To get that opportunity, he's changed his life. Yeah, it's a great thing.
What do you think? So I wanted to ask you about Anthony Joshua. So before his last fight, he signed a lifetime contract with you. He's unfollowed you on social media apparently.
No. He just follows companies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Matchroom Boxing.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's unfollowed individuals. I did speak to him.
They put a whole article on the internet. I was like, wow.
No.
But so with Joshua, a lot of people are wondering. Of course, the big question is he going to step aside? What's going on with the Usyk rematch?
I spoke to him this morning, and from his point of view, he doesn't really want to talk about stepping aside. It's against what he stands for. It's against what he wants to do. He just said to me that if you feel that all of a sudden we're approached this sort of route that is just unbelievable for my career, I trust that you'll mention that to me, but don't come with anything that you think I'm going to get angry about because I don't want to talk about it, kind of thing. So if we've had some very brief conversations about that with people, and if there was a route or a package that was in the best interest of his career, I would approach him about it. But in his mind, all he wants to do is fight Usyk.
How do you feel about, you just said he only wants to fight Usyk, but how do you feel about the Wilder fight? I still, me and a lot of people on our platform believe that that is one of the biggest fights in boxing, regardless of
big
what
fight.
belt, who has the belt.
Any fight with AJ is going to be one of the biggest fights, and Deontay's just put in a great performance and really raised his stock as well, even though he got knocked out again. So he's coming off 2 back-to-back knockout defeats. Mad sport, right? Wilder's coming off 2 knockout defeats, and his profile is bigger than ever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think AJ will fight Wilder. I think AJ will fight Fury. I think AJ will fight Usyk. I truly believe all those fights will happen because he's not going anywhere. He's got another 3, 4, 5 years in the sport. But obviously he has a rematch clause with Usyk, and that's what's on his mind.
What was your opinion on the Wilder-Fury fight? Did you see any improvements in Wilder's game to the second
Not really.
fight?
I mean, it's hard to criticise a fight like that because it was so exciting and entertaining. It wasn't the best technical affair you've ever seen, but both guys, I don't think Fury was 100% in shape for that fight. Wilder couldn't stand up after 3 rounds for some reason, but showed unbelievable heart to stay in there, and that's what people love. That's why his popularity has risen through that fight, because he got people's respect. And it was a brilliant fight, really entertaining, great for the sport. Improvements, not really. You know, I thought Fury boxed much better in the first fight, and Wilder didn't do anything different that he's done his whole career, which is, you know, sort of lose rounds but be very dangerous. And he nearly, at one point, could have won the fight.
There was a little confusion before that fight. There was an official announcement all over the internet that Joshua versus Fury was official. Apparently you told Mark Kriegel or something that it was official, and it went everywhere.
It was agreed. Yeah, it was agreed. All sides agreed to that fight. Terms were agreed for that fight.
There's a lot of finger pointing after that. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, because the arbitration, you know, that still smells, but it is what it is. And unfortunately, we couldn't get that fight on. And then the Wilder fight ended up taking place.
Yeah, because they said that you weren't. Apparently, they told you that the arbitration wasn't a big deal or something like
yeah,
this.
that's what Bob said. You know, Bob said that arbitration will not get in the way of this fight, and obviously, all of a sudden, it did. So,
Right.
You know, it's what it is. History.
Who is in your opinion, who is the best fighter? I mean, obviously, you'll have a bias towards your fighters, but who's the best fighter in the UK, in your opinion, actively?
I mean, Josh Taylor, I think he's a great fighter. I still think he's got tougher tests to come, but he's undisputed. You know, I mean, that says it all. Tyson Fury doing great things. Anthony Joshua doing great things. Lawrence Okoli, our cruiserweight world champion, great fighter. So many, you know, Joshua Buatsi out there is a great up and coming light heavyweight. Callum Smith. I mean, there's loads and loads of fighters in the UK, but Josh Taylor sits as the undisputed champion. Dillian White, of course, looking for his shot, you know. But Josh Taylor, you know, undisputed. So he may not be the biggest star, but his achievements say it all.
I was thinking the same thing. So 5th undisputed champion. Let's talk about the 6th undisputed champion. I kind of overheard you say that you're a Canelo fanboy.
Of course.
So
because I'm a boxing fan.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you're around greatness like that, you can't help but.
Right.
Like, you know, people take the mickey out of me and say, oh, you love Canelo. I do.
Yeah.
I think he's a great guy. You know, class him as a friend. He's an amazing fighter. He takes on all comers. What is there not to like?
Does that get in your way when it comes to, you know, the urgency of making a Demetrius Andrade fight? You know, me and you talk about this every time.
You have to
but
have something for Canelo to want, right? So you've just seen his recent fights. All
outside of being a 154 and 160 champion, right?
What do you mean?
Demetrius Andrade and Canelo were at 154
No, I
together.
agree.
They're at
I think the time
160
to make
together.
that fight was when I had no involvement with Canelo Alvarez, and he was a middleweight world champion. Demetrius won his middleweight belts. He fought Golovkin twice. There was probably a small window to make that fight, but he went to 68. He didn't want to be at 60 anymore. So he goes to 68, and then fighting a middleweight world champ doesn't really appeal to him because he wants to be undisputed. So he does that. Now he's looking at it and go, I might want to be undisputed at 75, or I might even fight a cruiserweight and become a 5-time world champ, 5-weight world champion. You can't criticise the guy for that. You've got to have something that makes him excited. That's why I was just talking to Marco Villegas about the Benavidez fight. Now, I can't speak on behalf of Canelo, but what I can tell you is Canelo and Eddie Reynoso will make the decisions. I don't see what is appealing to Canelo Alvarez about a Charlo or a Benavidez fight other than money. Because who's Benavidez ever beat? He's a brilliant fighter, but who's he beat? No one. Do you know what I mean? And they're probably looking at it and go, well, we'd rather try and become undisputed at 75. Fight Bivol, fight Joe Smith, fight Beterbiev, or fight for the cruiserweight world title. Do something a little bit wacky. Why would we go and fight a middleweight now? And I love Demetrius, but I have to give you my honest opinion about both sides. Demetrius would never duck Canelo Alvarez. I mean, he's dying for that fight. But I don't believe Canelo Alvarez would ever duck Demetrius Andrade. But it just comes down to what they want to do. They've earned the right to do that.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people say he should be doing that. No, fuck that. He should be doing whatever he wants to do. He's the king. He's the pound for pound king of boxing.
You once told me, you said Canelo doesn't seem to want to fight him.
To fight Demetrius?
Yeah.
Well, because at the time, we weren't getting offers for Demetrius Andrade from Golden Boy. Don't know if that was Canelo Alvarez, but it was also just before he moved to 68. And I don't think he wanted to make 60 anymore.
And when we talked about
By the way, I
Andrade,
don't think anyone wants to fight Demetrius Andrade.
going on
Especially Charlo.
That's what you said last time. You said Charlo. So my question to you is, isn't it more lucrative for you if you make the Triple G and Andrade fight, since both of them are matchroom fighters?
The fight's fallen through now. It's supposed to be rescheduled for February or March. So maybe that fight comes into play.
February, March for the reschedule.
Yeah.
Okay.
But who knows?
So other than that, who are you? Is there any guys out there that that are not signed that you're looking to sign that you can speak on, or
No, not really.
what goes through your mind as far as the
Just
recruiting
exciting
process?
fighters, exciting fighters, big personalities that entertain the fans and entertain the crowd.
All right, well, I appreciate y'all. I won't take much of your time. Any last words for the people? There's a lot of people that they enjoy hearing you talk. They may not agree with you, but we definitely appreciate
you.
you.
But it'll be real, and it'll come from the heart. No bullshit.
Yeah.
So sometimes you like it, sometimes you don't like it, but I'll always tell you the truth.
Because
Thanks for listening.
I've got a couple of different answers from you on the Andrade, because I've asked you so many times. So
Well, unfortunately, as you should know, when you ask me a question over a period of 2 or 3 years, things change.
oh yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
What was your opinion on Andrade kind of confronting you a little bit in the ring after this fight last?
He does it all the time, but he knows. He's very happy with Matchroom because we've never lied to him. We've always paid him. We've kept him active, and that's all the things that he struggled with in the past.
Right.
So,
is that enough? Just to, I mean, obviously,
No,
it's
that's
all
not-
about feeding your family, but
I've said on numerous occasions, it's on me, and we haven't delivered yet. But what we have done is not kept him inactive, not put him out of the ring. We've invested money, lost money. Sometimes we haven't lost money, but we've always kept it real with him. But we need to deliver.
last thing, final, any predictions for Devin Haney versus Jojo
Devin
Diaz?
Haney will stop him between rounds 9 and 12.
Eddie Hearn with the prediction. Devin Haney, Jojo Diaz, December 4th, MGM Grand. Thank you, Eddie Hearn,
Thank
on
you.
the baddest brand in the land, CHAMPSIDE. Thank you, sir.
Cheers, mate.
All right.
Yeah.
How you doing? I'm Madison, by
Hey,
the way.
how you doing, mate?
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, because you guys want him for a little bit longer, and he only wants a couple of minutes.
Oh, you're my
And
brother.
Charlie's already had him for 10, so he'll come over. He'll come over.
Okay.
But he just
No, you
needs
good.
to- let this be this one, and then he's over to you.
Okay.
Bet Haney 9 through 12. Hey, we gonna get the bets in, press one. Oh man, my head hurt. My head is killing me right now. I'm hungry as fuck. I'm about to have a migraine in a second. Mate, I told y'all I would do it and I did it, huh? And we delivered. Nah, don't even put that on me, bro. Don't even put that on me. No, my battery was going low. That's what happened. My battery was low. When did it cut off on the live? Oh, hell no, I can't. What's up, Terence, babe? I can't drink no caffeine. Coffee make me want to, make me feel shitty. I don't fuck with no caffeine. I ain't drink caffeine most of them, never, really. Even when I had to do all-nighters, I never drank caffeine. Nah. I need to eat, that's all. I've been here since, it's only 3 o'clock.
That's the fight we always wanted until Teofimo said, I'll fight. But obviously that didn't emerge now. Closest is saying, I'll fight everything. So let's see if he will.
Eddie be out there dancing on that Andrade shit, press one. It's funny because I already knew some of his answers. That's why I was trying to jump in front of him before he could give me the answer that he gave me already last time I seen him. He said the same thing last time. When Andrade wasn't with me, they could have fought. No, Andrade was with you when Canelo fought Jacobs. But it's I ain't finna sit there and correct everything you say, you know what I mean?
The plan is just to do the rematch at the moment, a couple of conversations about steps like it's a lot.
But I feel I wanted to ask him about the WBC. See, but a lot of stuff I want to ask, then I forget. Because I said, I don't write none of this down, so it'd be winging it. But I wanted to ask him about the WBC. And do we talk to the WBC about Devin's status? Get the likes up, man. It's 100+ people in here. Write it down. Nah, well, I thought of it on the spot, so I couldn't really write it down. Man, what should I eat, man? I'm ready to eat. Lemons. You're getting it wrong. He meant Canelo wasn't with him at the time. Canelo never been with Eddie Hearn. Gumbo. Nah, gumbo was Thanksgiving. Is my other live still going? I don't know. I don't know. My phone logged me out of my other live, so it just. I don't know. It just went to my home screen. Oh, it canceled on its own. That's cool. Chicken parmesan.
I'd like to see him try and become undisputed. 68 is weight class, really. He wants to create history.
That's why I asked him. I was like, I heard you say you was a Canelo fanboy. That's why Andrade can't get the fight. That's why I said, does that affect your urgency on making the fight? Or you gotta have something Canelo wants? What? All right. I'll have my reaction to this interview later next week, press one. Oh, I know what I wanted to ask him too. Was he too cocky? That's the main question I wanted to ask him. Was he too cocky when he came to America saying he was gonna sign everybody? That's what I meant to ask him. I was gonna ask him that in the beginning, in the very beginning. But I was listening to his reaction, so I was asking questions off of what he was saying, opposed to coming in with shit already thought and determined. Yo, what's up with this shit? How long we been live? 3-4 hours now? Puerto Rican cuisine. Oh man, if I go to the Puerto Rican spot, I'm coming out of there with a wifey, press one, maybe a baby. Yeah, I'll go over there. And it's Friday night. Oh man, make sure I get over there right late. Go over there late. Around 9:30. Go over there around 9. Didn't I tell you come back around 7:30? I ain't even put the weigh-in up yet. When Eddie saw you, I could hear him. I could hear Cam in the background. They getting scared. Man, I don't want no trouble. I don't want no trouble. Man, oh shit. Anyway, what was we saying about Tupac? Hey, it's crazy. You talking about Tupac, right? And as soon as we started talking about Tupac, I just gave y'all 2 freestyle interviews. You don't get no better than that, press one. Pac must have threw the alley-oop or something. Montana Love, Eddie Hearn, back to back on y'all. Back to back. We going back to back. Yeah. I guess it's because I've been up since 4 or 5 o'clock, but it feel like it's 10 o'clock at night right now. Well, the good thing is I don't have to share them interviews with nobody, so that's now my exclusive content. If it ain't salute, I got it looking like hate. You want the CHAMPSIDE jacket? You can put your name on the right front. All the info for my jacket is on CHAMPSIDE.com in the description of the specs. All the info as far as what you can do, what you can't do, what the process, all of that is on CHAMPSIDE.com. The best place to reach me through business is the champside@gmail.com. Just letting y'all know. Or in my private DM. If you want to know something like business-wise or consumer-wise, the chat isn't necessarily the best place to do it. Because not only do I miss it, but, you know,
a lot of the questions you're looking for are already answered if you go to the champside.com and go to the jacket. So, yeah, part of the reason is because I would just have a ton of custom orders, and it makes it's even harder to do because, I'm purchasing so many jackets. So if I got like a million, customized, like this person want this on the left shoulder, it just makes it easier for it to be more uniform. But that is the customization, to be able to put your name on it. But as far as like where it goes and putting more patches on it, like no, it is what it is. It's like anything, like you buy something, and some creators feel like, hey, I made it ready to go. It's not to be modified and put a whole bunch of extra stuff on it. You're buying the jacket for what it is. But if you buy it and you want to put patches all over it, that's, once you buy it, it's yours. You can do whatever you want. But shout out to everybody who purchased it. We still verifying everything as far as the shipment. So it's looking good though. So I'll be sending out an email as soon as possible. Business side, yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, that's professional press one. That's how you do it professionally.
Yeah, just boxing in general. He says, they should stick to the later afternoons so that it's closer to a 24-hour turnaround period versus giving a fighter 30 or 30 something to rehydrate. He feels like that extra weight they put on could be dangerous for the opponent who's facing in the ring with power and things like that. How do you feel?
Like basically, I don't need no more work. Like that's way more work.
And there is no question, it is a proven fact that the longer you have to rehydrate, the safer it is for a fighter. It's not something that fighters aren't like, oh, I've got extra time to put more weight on. Fighters don't want to just put more weight on. Everybody knows that it's like, that doesn't benefit a fighter to come in as heavy as possible. And some people come and put on too much weight, they become lethargic and sluggish. For me, I agree with Paul. I think there's something about looking down the scales and saying, he made it off, and also when a fighter's
Hey, can y'all hear me typing?
aggravated, you sometimes get a little bit more feedback.
That shit funny.
Yeah.
I say this is a lot more than just clicking the record button on somebody. Like timing, level of conversation, you know. Yeah, I gotta press one. I mean, I got a chap side snapback now. I just can't wear it. Can't fit it. But yeah, the hat's coming. Whatever y'all could think of is coming, trust me. Whatever you think you could think of that I don't have, I've already thought of it. Somebody said, CHAMPSIDE, you need NFT, trust me, we already on that. But boom, I can't tell them my next move, so just watch out. Well, we on that too, NFT, CHAMPSIDE, NFT, trust me. Like I said, if y'all want a job, I'm gonna do a job posting pretty soon. And that's real talk, I'm not joking. I'm gonna do a job posting for correspondence, especially if it's any lady correspondence. I'm gonna be looking for an assistant, admin. Oh, like I said, we about to really, like I said, I can't tell y'all too much because these niggas be stealing everything I do. Like I said, that's why I say I gotta charge y'all for the intellectual property. That's what y'all be stealing, my thoughts. That's the worst thing. Property can be replaced. Your thoughts come from your soul. Put a hole in it like Cam Newton. On some visor shit, right? Wear a fucking visor on these niggas.
What about the fact that Paulie feels like Devin, the naturally bigger man, since he has more time, becomes this naturally bigger man? How he's put.
Well, those are some good interviews. Regis was a good interview. Montana Love, good interview. The brand really, oh, of course. You notice.
Is this the baddest brand in the land for the best media content? Here with the one and only New Orleans song, Regis Brother. What's going on, Chat?
Just cool, no brother. Just got into Vegas, you know, came for the fights, enjoy my time a little bit, you know, and we gon', you know, another world title goal is to be a two-time, you know, even when I was a world champion, like I said, man, to win that fight, you know what I'm saying, that night. You know, I just recognize when it's somebody's night, and that was his night.
Fight Taylor, and you wanna,
you know, move up, and then that's kind of why they did time and stuff like that. But yeah, we didn't. Me and
Carter in New Orleans, right?
he highlights. I saw that he lost, of course. Obviously, my fan square. You know, T.O. He's a talent coming up, and you know, if it happens, then you know it happens. You know, we can't whatever for the money. It is what it is, right? You know.
Not too many people can say this, but I want to get your reaction to Teofimo. He was on the card, the homecoming card in New Orleans. Right. He co-main under you, and I remember him at the press conference. He was loud in that press conference.
Oh
talking,
yeah,
you know, I'm the star. Ask me more questions.
His daddy, not him. His daddy, mostly, right? His daddy be, you know,
He said his
talking a lot of
daddy.
shit. But you know,
What was your reaction to that? You know, him underestimated, or people thought he underestimated Kambosos.
I honestly, listen, I can't talk on the fight. I didn't see the fight. I was at Chuck E. Cheese with my kids that night. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't even really watch the fight. I saw highlights. I saw that he lost, of course, obviously. But,
No, like, what's up? So,
yeah,
what's your opinion on that? Did you get anywhere as far as, you fought on the Mayweather card,
I
right?
fought on that. Yeah, I fought on that. But that shit ain't gonna happen, bro. They not gonna let Tank nowhere close to me. Everybody know that. You know what I'm saying? It's just...
Ooh, Regis said they ain't gonna let Tank nowhere close to me. Oh,
You
man.
know, I'm with the business side of stuff, bro. I just try not to get in that stuff, cause like I feel like I'm a real fighter. Like when I say stuff, I mean it. I don't like if I say I'm gonna fuck you up, I really mean it. Like I'll fight you, I really mean it. So you know, I know some people say that to, you know, get fans, get followers, and all that, and just say it just to hype things up, to rile things up. But I like when I say I really mean it. So for me, I don't even want like say nobody's names and all that shit no more. When I fight someone, I decide to fight someone like that, you know, then it can happen. But like right now, bro, I'm like Tank gotta fight. All these dudes, they got their fights and stuff. And then once I have a fight, whoever I'm fighting, then I'll worry about that, and then I'll worry about the next person after that.
Talk about how your life changed, like you were saying about, you know, with the tournament stuff. Like what in particular, if you want to touch and tell the people, you know, your fans and stuff, like what changed in your life from before the tournament when you was hungry to get a shot, you know,
All right,
now.
so listen, like, so
You fought on the Triller card, not to interrupt you, but you fought on the Triller card. That was
Triller card and stuff like that. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it's cool. But yeah, I mean, so basically, like before that, like, you know, it was because of like my mindset being out there. I ended up going back to Texas, bro, and it's just like it was just like that was just the whole mindset, and then just going back to Texas, because I ran through everybody. Like even still, like after that, I ran through 2 more people. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't ran through everybody ever. Sometimes, not all they want to do that, but you know the people. It was accompanied with these like with the airboats and stuff like that, and it was just like they try to charge us and all kind of shit. Like, bro, this is Roberto, right? Bro. You know, and that, you know, it was Durant. I was just all focused right on Durant, bro. I'm a historian. Like I really this fight that's living right now, you know, and just being around him, bro, it was just like for me, it's a surreal.
Any last messages to the fans out there, the people who've been riding with you?
Oh man, thank y'all. You know, I just can't wait for the next fight. Hopefully I can find, you know, get a next fight. I actually go to Dubai next week and do what I gotta do. Just wait.
It's good to see Ammo back as well. I know you.
That's my dog. Yeah, I might have to admit it. Crawford might be special. Like like I said, right now, I really do want to stay at 140 right now. You know, but I think
in that fight one day.
I definitely, he came back to the gym probably like 2 months later and was like giving me that work. You know what I'm saying? Like he just learned that fast. So he gonna be something to be right.
You know, You know I could talk to you all day, but I want to ask you this. Terence Crawford, remember you was at the fight, you said one day me and Crawford might fight. Remember you said that?
Right, exactly.
What's your thoughts on the Porter fight and how you feel about still getting that fight one day?
I definitely revisit that fight one day when I go to 47. But like I said, right now I really do want to stay at 140 right now. You know, but I think, yeah, one day me and Crawford we might have to get it in one day. But Crawford, bro, like me and my partners, we argue about this shit all the time. But Crawford, I might have to admit it. Crawford might be special. Like I might just have to admit it myself, bro. He might be special, bro. Like I said, I'm a student, bro. I know. I study this shit, bro. I study boxing and stuff. Like he might be a special type of talent, bro.
In comparison to Spence, so if Crawford is special, then what is Spence in your opinion?
Spence special too, you know. Listen, like they special like different ways. I think like Spence is special because
you fought him in amateurs, right?
I fought Spence, yeah, twice. Right, motherfucker beat me twice. You know, first time was close. Like, if ever see it, he know first time was close. He was the hard one, but you know I fought him twice and shit. What's up, bro? What's up with it? You know, so yeah, but I think Spence is special. I'm talking about like Crawford special to he can switch, he can do all, he got power, you know, he's stronger than what you think he is. You know, a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people think he not, you know, he's probably not as strong as he say that too, you know, like because he a wrestler, you know, and like wrestlers, they be, you know, he's skinny, but like still strong. You wouldn't think he that strong, but I mean, listen, bro, for me, that's an intrigue. If I can't wait, they need to make that shit happen, bro, before they fucking turn 48 and shit like that. Because, bro, like, make the fight happen, bro. Because that's a like a great fight. It's a pick 'em fight, bro. I'm not gonna lie. At first, I was all Errol, because I know what Errol can do. Personally, I was like, man, I was all Errol. That's Errol. And then I was like, Crawford, he doing some shit, you know what I'm saying? Like he didn't stop Porter, bro. I didn't think that. Like I didn't think he was gonna stop Porter like he did. He just stopped Porter, bro. He's different. That's some special shit.
Right. Exactly. Well, let the people know where they can follow you and keep up with you. I know you got the YouTube. Go ahead and.
I got YouTube. The YouTube is Bro Life TV. The Instagram is Regis Prograde, and the Twitter is Aura Prograde.
Regis Prograde, New Orleans own, the king of New Orleans boxing.
Yeah.
The baddest brand in Atlanta, CHAMPSIDE. Checking out. Appreciate you.
No problem.
Give me one last.
He said, let me do it over. I say, you lie, you better come correct. Y'all still awake? Oh, man, y'all done fell asleep, huh? It's all good. Don't trip. I let y'all fall. I'm the person that never stopped driving, press one. I drive all across the country. Y'all ass be sleeping. Y'all be, man, we there yet? Don't trip. Just go back to sleep. We still driving, press one. I'm still on the road doing 110, press one. Don't trip. Go back to sleep.
I'm live, my bad.
I got the camera too, though, so you good.
Y'all be like, we there yet? Nope. We ain't there yet. Go back to sleep. I don't never get tired. You need me to drive? No. Sit your ass back. Go back to sleep.
Cool. So, shout out to
you sure you don't want me to drive? The fact that you were already asleep, we don't want you. No, we don't need you to drive.
Cool. So, shout out to the baddest. Shout out to the baddest brand in the land, CHAMPSIDE, my dog.
I gotta stop talking after the shout out. I'll be like, appreciate you. It's just natural reaction.
Baddest brand in the land, CHAMPSIDE, my dog.
Appreciate you. Damn near earthquake going off.
Yeah, we got all kind of shit going.
Appreciate you.
Right,
it's good to see you.
You too, bro.
It was like, you gotta be careful with Regis. He'll talk all day. I'm like, come on, who you telling? I already know we'll be in that bitch all day talking. Next guy, Roxy over there from 106 in Park. Y'all want me to get her? Hit the super chat, hit the cash app. Oh, man. Yeah, I already interviewed Eddie. Rewind. Oh, Eddie with Roxy. Okay, I see you, Ness. Nigga got a little panel over there. Nigga got a little panel going.
This is the next superstar of boxing.
Next superstar. Superstar. When the best fight the best.
Shout out to the band. It is brand in the land. Champside, my dog.
We. I was there when Tiafimo was on Regis co-main, when Terence Crawford was there. And Regis say, who knows, one day me and Crawford might fight. I was like, that was like 3-4. That was what? That was like 2017, 2018. What's up, Tate? He got iced. Who got iced? Isaac? What's up with all the Isaacs fighting this weekend and shit? Is it an Isaac reunion or some shit that I missed?
That name sucks. 3, 2, 1. All right, Eddie, we're gonna come back to that after we get to this commercial break within the blue corner. We'll take. We're gonna take that one. Right. Let's cut and then we're gonna reset. Gervonta's not gonna No. Different style.
Oh man, that man Ness got production over there. He got producer. That's what I'm talking about. You see, when I see shit like that, I don't hate press one. I start studying. I seen Ness earlier though. It's all good. He's like, so you champs? I'm like, yeah. I'm like live in the flesh. He like, oh yeah, now I hear it. He got producer. You heard that? Roll camera, roll sound. That's what I'm talking about. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. I ain't hating at all. I might go pitch them niggas. How much he paying you? Nah, I ain't no hater.
Welcome back to the Blue Corner. We were just having the comparison.
I ain't no hater.
But I want to switch it to his protege. Obviously.
See, the thing is everybody copies, you know. Everybody is inspired by other people. No one just lives uninspired, you know. Like, it's lessons I done took from people as well, you know. And you just apply them, redo them, reapply them, you know. If something is working, then use it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you could put your own thing on it, your own spin on it, without being a fucking biter. You know what I'm saying? Who this is playing? Syracuse? Oh, Illinois and Rutgers. I told y'all the Saints was gonna lose last night. They talking about the Saints might beat the Cowboys, man. I told you the Saints ain't doing nothing without Drew Brees.
But he is a star, yeah, and he's really entertaining to watch. I remember watching him at Barclays Centre beat Andrade for the world title. It's actually the only legitimate world title he's ever won. Really? You don't consider the New York title 130? Yeah, but there's something about that title.
Still hanging around, press one. Man, I can't wait to get the fuck out of here for real. That's the thing is, what y'all don't realize is, I'm working and I'm working. So every time I get a new interview, that's more work I gotta do. So the live is just the raw off my celly. But you know I'm gonna put up the real version with the high quality fucking audio and shit. Like, that's part of what we do. We don't just throw some shit up.
Let me throw it up there raw. I'll tag all my videos so these niggas don't steal it. Press 1. That's why you see CHAMPSIDE name on all my videos. Because if you don't do that, you fucking bums will steal that shit. Montana. Santana. I'm back. Montana.
All right, y'all, we here on the baddest brand in the land, CHAMPSIDE, with the one and only Too Pretty. Montana Love, what's going on?
What's poppin', man? How you feeling, champ?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Good, man. I can't complain. You know, gearing up for tomorrow night. You know, ready to get these fans a show, great entertainment. You know what I mean? And you know, I'm just excited for my debut with Matchroom.
Man, we've been watching you for a long time. You always been a showman, a great showman. Is that an Ohio thing or what is it?
It's really natural for real. You know, it's not not most people. You gotta be born with this. You know what I'm saying? They gotta be in you, not on you. You hear me? Sure.
So it's a great, like, what?
You hear me? You heard me? Okay, let's see. It's too bad there's a garbage can behind him, but that's okay. I guess let's see if we could work with that. I guess it don't really look like a garbage can because it got the MGM lion on it, but it's definitely a garbage can.
I would love Devin Haney versus Tank, but in Atlanta, I know as a promoter, you can tell us the reasons why it makes more sense in Vegas. I just want to see those two fan bases collide.
Touching on that, we seen you on Showbox, I believe, and Showtime at times, and this is a big platform, a good opportunity. How you feel about that as far as, you know, I seen you fight on some local cards and stuff like that. How you feel about being on this platform?
Again, like, you know, I'm excited to be on the zone. In my last fight, I fought in front of 18,000 people in my hometown against the, branching and whatnot. And, you know,
You could tell when they...
Like, my second home, you know what I'm saying? It's just easy for real. You know, as far as, like, just approaching the situation, I feel like I belong here.
I hear it in Eddie's energy that he loved that you working with him and that you on board. How were you approached? Was it after you had that sensational performance in your last fight? What was the process like to get you where we at today?
Yeah, it was really after the fight with Branching. Eddie and his team and everybody reached out. They was very excited about me, especially once they found out I was independent. You know what I mean? It was amazing. So Eddie, great guy. The whole Matchroom team is amazing. You know what I mean? From the security guard to the upper room, they all amazing guys.
Hey, y'all heard what he said from the security guard, press 1. Remember I told y'all Eddie got the fucking security, you got that presidential security, I told you. He said everything at Matchroom is great from the security guard. That's because them dudes be OD, bruh. I'm telling you. That's exactly why. Because they stand out anywhere they, oh, God, here come the fucking Navy SEALs and shit. He said from the security guards, like, yeah, them niggas need to chill out. I know you doing your job, but nigga, this is a boxing. This ain't some rap con. This ain't the fucking Source Awards press 1. They act like they about to stop the East-West beef or some shit.
From the security guard to the upper room, they all amazing guys.
The upper room.
I'm glad I made this choice.
The upper room.
Talk about a little bit your last performance. That was the Jake Paul part, correct? What was the emotion like after? How did the city embrace you? Because it was a big, you was like Eddie said. After that, you jumped on the ropes. It was a big moment. People was doubting you.
Yeah. I was a big underdog coming into that fight, but I always knew I was a big dog. You know what I mean? I always felt like that. So, but it was great. Just the whole experience. Coming out, seeing the fans, seeing the place packed like that. We packed out where the Cavaliers played. It's crazy. So that's like a dream come true. And now the Cavaliers sending me gifts in the mail. You know what I'm saying? Like the Browns reaching. I got a bunch of celebrities, you know what I mean, that hit me, and it's amazing, man. It's a great feeling. You know what I mean? I can't. It's just the beginning, you know.
Take us into the mindset of the entire selection. You know, you're known for the extravagant style and stuff like that. What's the process like? Is it just I want to wear this color, this fight? What's that? What's the process behind that?
Honestly, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like most people probably think I be lying or something, but this shit is everything be last minute with me. Cause I don't decide. It's hard for me to decide. You know what I mean? I just how I'm feeling. I guess that particular day, I'm gonna fight in this color. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I just got a sharp mind. You know what I mean? I'm good with when it comes to this fashion. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably one of the flyest fighters ever, for real. This Saturday, I got something nice coming up.
That shit funny.
Doing some wild ass pad work and stuff like in the past. A couple years ago, you dress up in different stuff. And like we definitely enjoy the entertainment.
Yeah, you know, you just gotta have fun with it. You can't be so uptight all the time.
He said, I'm one of the flyest.
You just stop having fun with it. It becomes a job. You know what I mean? And honestly, this is a career for me, so I enjoy it. You know what I mean? Some people ask, like, how could you enjoy fighting, getting punched? It's really like I look at it like art. You know what I'm saying? It's an art. Chess. You know what I mean? Like I know you're not smarter than me. You know what I mean? I know you can't outwork you or anything like that. So, you know, I just have fun and just do my thing.
What do you know about your opponent tomorrow? What do you know about him? Have you studied him film-wise?
He's a very, solid guy, tough opponent. But I see, when he fought Zepeda, it was more of a pressure, trying to pressure Zepeda. And then I seen his recent last fight, he was trying to box. So, we prepared for whatever he come with. He's a solid guy, 29-1, never overlooking anyone. And we just excited to get him an action-packed fight too.
And Eddie mentioned in 2022, we're looking at world title shots, fighting for world titles.
Yeah.
Is that part of the reason, obviously, why you signed here? And what's your faith in that happening as far as manifesting next year?
Yeah. Eddie is a guy he's a man of his word, you know what I'm saying? He like to talk on paper, not just out his mouth, you know what I'm saying? And I can relate to that. That's great, beautiful, you know what I'm saying? So, great business, man. Eddie, like I said, I like how he handle his fighters. I like how he move. We got world champions fighting 4 or 5 times a year. It's crazy. Nobody else doing that. So, it's just a great move.
What was your reaction to former 140-pound champion Terence Crawford versus Sean Porter from Ohio? Did you get a chance to check that fight out?
Yeah, I checked it out. It was a little upsetting, but it's okay. Sean solid, he good, his family good, he's safe, that's all that matters.
Why you say it was upsetting?
No, just the outcome. Everything played out. Me personally, I felt Sean was up. He was winning.
A lot of people did.
Yeah.
I believe Andre Ward had him up.
Yeah.
He was telling he was scoring it live.
Yeah.
Any opinions on the next fights? The guys at 135, they're not necessarily in your weight class. Like Tank Davis fighting this weekend, Devin Haney. What's your opinion on them as fighters? Or opinion on their fights?
I really don't have an opinion on nobody else. You know what I'm saying? I'm focused on me tomorrow night. You know what I'm saying? Getting past this guy. And that's it. I'm not really too much overlooking anyone. One step at a time.
And what's your meal? I asked you if you ate, because obviously weighing, but what's your meal of choice after the weight?
Pasta. I used to do pasta or something like that.
Carbs, right?
Yeah, it's cool. But I gotta actually
Yeah, you good, man. Appreciate you. Montana Love on the baddest brand in the land. Appreciate you for that.
Absolutely, that's cold. I like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit you up.
Appreciate that.
Brand in the land. Appreciate you for that.
Absolutely, that's cold. I like that.
Yeah. I'm gonna hit you up.
Appreciate that.
Like that. Yeah.
Eddie is a guy.
I do this shit like Hove, one take, press one. Just cut the booth on, man. Don't even trip. Hey, look at your boy. Man, what you, blind? Nigga on top of the TV and shit. Only time I get that close to the TV when it's the Super Bowl. I got some money on it, and it's 4th and 1. Hey, come on, man. We need this for this nigga on the TV. Like, it ain't 65 fucking 50 inches. Like, come on, man.
Are we doing my tech? Yeah. Let's do it. I work all night. I'm a hustler.
We got one more show, so like maybe 10, 15, maybe seconds right here. But Montana left, we'll make it for tomorrow.
Sorry, my time.
Oh, I see why. Cause Ness working with that blue moon boxing. I seen them before. Okay, yeah, that's a whole different. I don't think that's the boxing voice. That's like blue moon boxing. Yeah, that's why Roxy there. Now it makes sense. Now it makes sense. I seen her. She worked for them too. Now it make a little sense. The worst part about being on live with y'all is my videos that I recorded while I'm on live with y'all, they never do well. So clearly it's because I'm giving y'all the content live and not withholding it. So again, y'all should be hitting the like button. Wow. I know they didn't. Notre Dame versus Virginia. What the fuck? Wow, man. Are you serious? 121. Oh, we disputing that. Dude finally left, man.
Audio speed, sound speed, Esther, a lot of energy. Last one for the day. Let's make it the best one. Ready? And 3, 2.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen, right here live from the MGM Grand, and this is in the blue corner, and we are live with one of the rising superstars in boxing, 140 pounds.
The blue corner, yeah, that's Blue Moon Boxing or something. Television.
Very excited to have you here with us on the desk, man. How are you? Man, I appreciate you. Listen, let's just get right into this. Where'd you think came from? I mean, I'm not a girl, so I can't say you're pretty. So it's not even about the looks, it's about your skill. Well, this is my co-host, Charlie Parsons, and he's from the UK, so I do want to introduce him and bring him in. Charlie, man, have you seen Montana?
I don't like doing rehearsed shit like that, though. I don't know how I would fare in that type of shit. And live. Hey, guys. It's the baddest brand in the land. I like my shit raw, press one. I'm not finna sit here and be throwing it to niggas. Fuck all that. Nah, I don't know. I know I could do it, but I don't want to do it. That's the thing. I'm a raw type of person. I don't like, well, make sure you ask this question, or make sure you don't say this, or don't do that, or do it. Too many rules and regulations. Then they take the fun out of it. You feel me? Take the essence out of it to have so much control over it. Where, you know, yeah, go live, then do this, and then do this like that, and do this like that, and do this like, oh man, fuck all that. Boy, I'm gonna eat so good when I leave here. I'm finna go to, what buffet should I go to? Y'all ever been to the Indian buffet? That shit is crack. I'm going buffet, but not no fucking American country buffet. I need to go to like the Indian food buffet, cause they be having that. They be having that work. I forgot Montana Love came out with his dog. Oh yeah, they doing the show back there. That's why. Y'all can hear it. It's loud, or what? Y'all can hear everything he's saying. You tried to hit the buffet on Veterans Day out. Well, let's just put it like this. It's a lot of people who talk about the topics, but just remember that we one of the people that actually go to the ground and actually do the work. You know, everybody talks about what they would do if they had a credential and who ain't doing what in the media. Like I said, I don't see none of these niggas here, press one. Why they ain't here? Oh, I keep it so real. Y'all ain't keeping no more real than I did, but somehow we got here. But they think it's some type of badge to say they're not here. There's nothing to be proud about not bringing your audience closer to the fucking subject matter, press one. That's why I don't know what you dummies be talking about on that sneak dissing and slick hating and shit. There's nothing to be proud about not bringing your audience closer to the people you talking about. Like, come on, that's the dumbest shit I ever heard. Oh man, cause I'm so real, I don't gotta agree. Like, come on now, are you serious? It's nothing to brag. Oh man, I ain't going out there. Like, are you fucking serious? Like, come on, nigga, this is what y'all say y'all want. See this what y'all getting. Now, if y'all want to act a fool when y'all get here, that's a different story. Like I said, people, oh man, you should have swung on dude, champ. You should have snuck him. Why? So he could get me kicked out, and he come to the next press conference, and then I'm blackballed, so he could blackball me again. That's why y'all not here. Cause you don't play chess. You playing fucking Uno, nigga. You playing tic-tac-toe with it. So we still handled the situation. We told the nigga fuck off. But we ain't, like I said, we didn't compromise ourselves, and we didn't move. And we didn't jeopardize our spot. Cause it could have got real ugly in that bitch. Like, for real. It could have been a main event before the main event. You know, I could have never even ended up asking Tank questions. Matter of fact, I had the best questions in that interview with Tank. So again, you saw how we responded to adversity. We just asked greater questions. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to make sure them niggas know they can't fuck with me. You ain't a question you could ask better than me. So that's what we did. And you seen Tank. You know, most of his personality came out when he was talking to my camera, when he was talking to me, when he's answering my questions about Tiafimo, you know, about focus, shit like that. So that's all I'm saying. There's nothing to brag about. Again, not going as far as you can go. I got more, matter of fact, I probably got more denial emails than anybody who could complain. Cause I used to get denied. I used to get automatically. I got denied for a fucking fight in fucking Bakersfield with like 2 niggas y'all ain't never even heard. I used to get denied for everything till I took matters into my own hands. And now if you ask Kelly Swanson what she'll tell you, she'll tell you if you want a lesson in success, talk to CHAMPSIDE. She told all them niggas that. Press 1, who was here during Wilder Fury live press conference for the rematch. We was all standing to talk to Wilder, and she said, anybody want a lesson in success, talk to this kid right here. He's a hard worker. He does it all on his own. That's what she said. Facts. I don't give a fuck who give me respect. If they respect me, then I'ma respect it. Facts. Like I said, we define ourselves. We know nobody else gonna define us for us. Come on now. A lot of people have reputations. How many of y'all gonna not do something because of somebody's reputation or your preconceived thought on who they are? I heard stories. Every time these people see, oh man, because every time I talk to a PR person, well, you know, they got to explain themselves to me because they want me to know that they ain't like this or like that. Like, that's how they already on the defensive. But like I said, I'm a peep everything. Like, I can see stuff that don't involve me, and I'm going to see stuff that directly involves me, you know? Because I made a comment when I was trying to interview Big Baby Anderson, and somebody didn't like it. It led to a very long conversation. You said sometimes you got to paint within the lines. It's like this. How many of y'all would have got upset at Eddie Hearn for being on his cell phone in between that interview just now? Press 1. I ain't say a word, press 1. I wait till he ready. Because I know I'm going to get the interview. If he didn't want to interview me, he would have just left. But maybe he did need a second to, maybe he wanted to diffuse the momentum I had a little bit. I don't know what it was. But I didn't it wasn't like I was, hey man, what's taking you so long? That's what y'all dumbass would have did. Some stupid shit like that. Or got mad. I ain't get mad. I'm just like, whatever. I got like, I'm here already. I'm still in the same room. So just like he here, I'm here. I ain't got no rush. You said that's poise right there. I mean, you gotta have it, man. You know, these people, one, they could deny you. That's the realest part. They'll ask you, who you with? If they don't recognize you or they don't know you, they'll straight up deny you. But he seen me, so he know exactly who I am at this point. You know, but like I said, we don't trip off shit like that. Cause that's how you have, again, we longevity, not short-sighted. Yeah, I told y'all before I got up, I said, let's see if Eddie gonna duck, if he gonna try to leave before, and he didn't. So I was like, cool. And that's funny because that is professionalism, press 1. So when a fucking clown come on here talking about Man, that's unprofessional. First of all, who the fuck are you, nigga, to be telling me what I am, professional or not? Like I'm to work to your standard. So anyway, again, this is just testimony because it's happening live and raw like that. But ain't that what y'all want? This shit better than TV. Soon I'ma have a, don't trip, I ain't gonna say nothing. What's up, Jay Dixon? Shout out to Jay Dixon for the intellectual property. I just don't like, you be hearing people say what the media, that media this, media that. I'm right here, so I know niggas not talking about me. When, like I said, we all got the same amount of hours in the day. Press one, press one, press one, press one. Did I get an extra hour y'all didn't get? Let me know. Pretty sure we all got the same amount of time. Some of us just use ours more wisely. Like I said, I'm not finna sit here crying, complain about what I'm not getting. I'ma just keep creating content. But I will fucking step on y'all for not hitting the like button because that's just respect. But outside of that, hey, when doors close, we open new doors. Press one, we fucking bulldoze a crib to put up a new door. Adapt. What the Marines do, adapt and overcome. That's what that clown behind me should have did instead of asking me to turn sideways. Adapt, nigga. That's what life is about. Things don't work out your way, you adapt. Those who don't, what Pac said, fuck the world if they can't adjust. Facts. That's how I feel. Fuck the world. Nigga, if you can't adjust, press one. Behind me, in front of me, on side of me, fuck you. And that's what happened. Fuck the world if they can't adjust. Oh, he couldn't adjust. He couldn't adjust until I adjusted. Well, fuck him then. Shout out to Vincent Corleone. He said, Champside, I support your hustle, brother. I appreciate you for supporting my hustle. Thank you. Shout out to you for the super chat. Shout out to Fifi. You said, shout out from Holland. Boxing is thriving. Oh, man. Shout out to Holland. Oh, we all in Holland with it. The baddest brand in the land. Not in America, press one, in the land. From Holland to, I don't know, what rhymes with Holland? I don't know. Sometimes you have to be patient and let things be to get your grind on. Yep. You always got to know how to play the game no matter what game you playing. Yeah, that's right. You guys are in the same rooms interviewing the people that's broadcasting boxing for millions. You give the truth that casual boxing fans won't ever be provided by mainstream media. Y'all run this. Appreciate that. I think so as well. I think we running this shit too. Running it like a motherfucking marathon. Soon as I hang up with y'all, I'm gonna hit up Alicia Baumgartner and see what we could do. Gotta catch her while she here though. I talked to her in Ontario. We were supposed to do the interview, but like I said, a lot of times shit just don't be lining up. Like, gotta do this, gotta go there, gotta go here.
Be here.
Thank you guys for your time. I appreciate it so much, man. All right. Dude, go get some sleep up. Get your shit. Go to your room. Okay, well, go get a Red Bull. Okay, big Red Bull.
Good, right?
One.
I'll let you know what Dr. Fuller review it.
Doing good, mate. Doing good. Ready for a big fight tomorrow in Las Vegas after a great fight last weekend in New York.
So we got Devin Haney, superstar in the making. Are you pushing for him to get the knockout? We heard Cambosis say, it's important for him to look good. It sounded like you were kind of like set on the knockout.
I think it would be great for him to get a dominating victory, an explosive victory. Devin comes from a school of boxing which is more about hit and not get hit, which is great.
It's crazy. Only black fighters have to fight like savages, press one. No one else but black fighters. That's what they mean when they say you're not exciting. Like, only black fighters have to do that. Canelo tries to fight in this style, and he don't have to do I mean, he does get knockouts, but, if he did go to decision, he's lost decisions. He went to decision with Triple G in the first fight, It's still exciting, right? It's just crazy how Devin isn't considered exciting, but to me, I get excited when somebody is standing right in front of their opponent and their opponent can't hit them and they hitting their opponent at will. That shit excite me. Like Stephen Fulton Jr. last week, opening round, that was boxing. He ain't knocked the dude out, press one, but he was mixing this shit up the whole time. Damn, that Eddie Hearn interview was 20 minutes. See? We waited 5 to do a 20-minute interview. You see how that worked? Like I said, it might be some younger people watching. Let this be a lesson to you. Like I said, feel free to take notes on how I'm moving. Analyze it, break it down however you want. Only questions I didn't ask was the ones I forgot to ask. I knew he was going to say about Andrade, Charlo. Like I said, I knew he was going to mention Charlo before. Before he said Charlo, I was going to say, you keep mentioning Charlo, but isn't Triple G a more lucrative fight on your platform? Press one. Again. Then he said, no, what did he say? We don't want to overpay for Crawford. But what about Triple G? Press one again. Them is hard-hitting questions. You dig? So you'll overpay for Triple G, but not Terence Crawford. You won't even throw the man an offer? That's what we found out in that interview, press one. That they find Triple G more valuable, even though he's fighting fucking nobody, than Terence Crawford. They won't even offer him. They won't offer him nothing. What do you mean? Come on, Eddie. You offer a janitor a contract. This nigga Eddie be finding people all in the middle of Kazakhstan and shit, mountains. But he won't offer Terence Crawford.
But really, the opener approach him. No, I think he's an amazing fighter, but you're going to end up having to overpay for a poor fight.
What about Triple G and the guys that, not to say they're not worth it, initially the zone was willing to 65 for Canelo.
But they were also, but Canelo's different. I mean, you got to talk about it.
Canelo is different, y'all, but is he really $365 million different? That's what I like. That's the thing is like, I can't really, I can't rebuttal him the whole interview. You know what I'm saying? Then we in an argument type of shit. It's still an interview, so I'm not there to rebuttal everything you say, even though I want to. Like, if he was like that, then how come they started selling pay-per-views out of nowhere? How come they upped the price on DAZN? So clearly there is something missing there.
That he's struggled with in the past. So he may not be the big Wilder's game against what he stands for as against what he wants to do. He just said to me that, you know, if you feel, fine. All right, 5% of people thought they won the fight. I said to him, look at people's reactions to who won the fight. You win the fight. Right, yeah, he's about something.
Has there been any, obviously nothing official, but has there been any preliminary talks if Devin is successful that they...
Not really, only promoted by Lou DiBella and Lou, but we got to get through Saturday, which is a great thing.
He signed a life.
He's just...
So I wanted to ask you about it.
Oh, my friend out here too. Oh, I gotta holler at her. Man, oh man, I just remembered. Mm-hmm.
I wanted to ask you about Anthony Joshua. So, before his last fight, he signed a lifetime contract with you. He followed you on social media, apparently?
No. He just follows companies.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Matchroom Boxing.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I don't know, Eddie. Sound like he unfollowed you.
He's unfollowed individuals. I did speak to him
They
about
put a
that.
whole article on the
I saw
internet.
it, yeah, I know.
But, so, with Joshua, a lot of people are wondering, of course, the big question is he going to step aside? What's going on with,
I spoke to him this morning, and from his point of view, he doesn't really want to talk about stepping aside. It's against what he stands for, it's against what he wants to do. He just said to me that, if you feel and his profile is bigger than ever to stay in there, and that's agreed. Yeah, it was agreed. All sides agreed to that fight. I think he's a great fighter. I still think he's got tougher tests to come, but he's undisputed. In
your opinion, apparently they told you that the arbitration wasn't a big deal or something like that?
Yeah, that's what Bob said. Bob said that arbitration will not get in the way of this fight, and obviously all of a sudden it did. So it's what it is. History.
Who is in your opinion, who is the best fighter? I mean, obviously you'll have a bias for your fighter, but who's the best fighter in the UK? Kind of over her way when it comes to the urgency of making the Demetrius Andrade fight.
Class him as a friend. He's an amazing fighter. He takes on all comers. What is there not to like?
Does that get in your way when it comes to...
Josh Taylor sits as the undisputed champion. Dillian White, of course, looking for his shot. But his achievements say it all.
I was thinking the same thing. So 5th undisputed champion. Let's talk about the 6th undisputed champion. I kind of overheard you say that you're a Canelo fan.
Because I'm a boxing fan, and if you're around greatness like that, you can't help but, people take the mickey out of me and say, "Oh, you love Canelo." I do. I think he's a great guy. Class him as a friend. He's an amazing fighter. He takes on all comers. What is there not to like?
Does that get in your way when it comes to the urgency of making a Demetrius Andrade fight? Me and you talk about this every time.
You have to have something for Canelo to win, right? So you've just seen his recent fights, all champions.
Outside of being a 154 and 160 champion, right?
What do you mean?
Demetrius Andrade and Canelo were at 154.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think the time to make that fight was when I had no involvement with Canelo Alvarez, and he was a middleweight world champion. Demetrius won his middleweight belts. He fought Golovkin twice. There was probably a small window to make that fight, but he went to 68. He didn't want to be at 60 anymore. So he goes to 68, and then at 75. Or what I can tell you is, him and Canelo and Eddie Renato will make the decisions, or Benavidez fight, other than money. Because what they, for the cruiserweight world title, do something that never duck Canelo Alvarez. I mean, he's dying for that fight. But I don't believe Canelo Alvarez would ever duck Demetrius Andrade. But it just comes down to what they want to do. They've earned the right to do that. I feel like a lot of people say he should be doing that. No, fuck that. He should be doing whatever he wants to do. He's the king. He's the pound for pound king of boxing.
You once told me, you said Canelo doesn't seem to want to fight him.
To fight Demetrius?
Yeah.
Well, because at the time, you know, we weren't getting offers for Demetrius Andrade from Golden Boy. Don't know if that was Canelo Alvarez, but it was also just before he moved to 68. And I don't think he wanted to make 60 anyway.
And when we talked about it,
By the way, I don't think anyone wants to fight Demetrius Andrade. You know,
going on,
especially Charlo. You know.
That's what you said last time. You said
Yeah.
Charlo. So my question to you is, isn't it more lucrative for you if you make the Triple G and Andrade fight, since both of them are?
I mean, look, the Murata fight's fallen through now. It's supposed to be rescheduled for.
To sign that you can speak on, or
Not really.
what kind of?
Alright, see you guys later. That's it, yeah? I'll try.
All right, well, my chat is dead, and I got stuff to do. Shout out to C. Jones and Michael James and Wayman and Corbin and Bird and Vincent Corleone, Sweet Saints Examiner, Intelligent Savage, Bishop, Real Gamer, Dark Skin Promotions, Ahmed, Michael, In Shape Street Fighter. Shout out to Shamar Rashawn. Shout out to Edward, Uncle Jay. Shout out to everybody. Maheed, appreciate everybody for the compliments on the work and everything, all the above. I'ma leave y'all. I got plenty of videos to put out. Obviously, y'all saw most of it live, but when I do post it, support it. You know what I'm saying? Because I gave y'all that look live just for y'all. You know, I didn't have to do it live. I could have just cut the live off, made y'all wait until I drop it, but I didn't do that. So everybody should be hitting the like button. Everybody should be supporting the content. You know, we shouldn't be pulling teeth for likes at this point. Y'all want Devin Haney, you got Devin Haney. You want Eddie Hearn, you got Eddie Hearn. You want Montana Love, you got Montana Love. I mean, you want Tank Davis, you got Tank Davis. Bottom line. So meet me halfway. Meet a nigga halfway, you dig? It's like saying you want to ride, and then I got to make a whole bunch of, you know, well, pick me up over here. But do this, but do that. But make sure the car is warm. But make sure that the car is clean too. Like, man, do you need a ride or no? That simple. So with that said, I'm out. Follow us on Instagram at champ_side. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook at the CHAMPSIDE. Visit the website, champside.com, for the official merchandise of the baddest brand in the land for the best media content. Shout out to the baddest chat in the land. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. You're now locked into the champ side. And if you ain't locked into the champ side, then guess what? Your ass is outside.